Hi folks, just a quick video. I went out to get some shopping, went to the park to do a video, but then the phone I was using, which wasn't this one, died because obviously the battery hadn't been charged. Well, there you go. You learn. Really, that's the point. Yes, you have to learn. There you go. It's 11:15. Freaking knackered. Well, okay, I'll start with that. Yeah. For some reason today, not last week, but the week before, Sunday caught up with me today. Absolutely shattered today. Just no energy whatsoever. I was booked in to go to the gym at 10, cancelled it. Just no way, shape or form can I do that. You know, just nothing at all. Oh, it's one of those days. It's like 11:15. I've already kicked, 3 times today? I'm knackered already. I'm ready for bed. Just ridiculous. Oh, I didn't get up particularly early this morning. No. Oh, there you go. Anyway, okay. Purpose for the video. Okay. Yeah, I've been doing videos, a couple of videos a day for wifey. Yeah. Well, because of the fact, okay, I'm so tired. More yawnies. Yeah. Well, I could have just said to her that, okay, I've done tons of videos over the past sort of 4 to 5 weeks. Go and have a look. You know, help yourself to looking at the videos and figuring out what the situation has been. I thought, well, to be honest, there's probably around about 10 to 15 hours worth of video there for her to catch up on. Is she going to know which videos to watch for the information that she needs? Probably not. So, okay, do 3 or 4 videos where hopefully, you know, when we start to talk, you know, once everything else has been sorted, hopefully I can just put these videos onto her phone so she can just listen to them when she's ready. And that way, yeah, she'll be brought perfectly up to speed. So, yeah. Well, the last video is talking about the timing and the fact that, yeah, as I said before, that was on the Monday after the worst fear number 3 was realised. And God helped me to realise that actually, yeah, when you look at the timing, that's what really broke that situation for me. Realising, actually, it is God. It is God doing this, because there's no other point in my life that this could have happened and that I could have survived this. No other point at all. Yeah, so with that, I know. Sorry about the yawn, it's just ridiculous right now. Normally I'm not this tired at this time of night. It's just crazy. I don't know why I'm so tired, but I just am. So, anyway, what I'm saying is, yeah. Could I have been in a situation at any other point where the dogs could have been taken? No. And that I would have been okay with that, especially based on the fact, you know, having harassment from neighbours, you know, all that sort of crap for 2 years, and that just escalating sort of thing. And the way I'm handling that situation is getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Then the dogs get taken. Then within a few weeks the dogs get taken. I meet the woman that I wrote down 13 years ago in a book, yeah, about my wife. And a few weeks after that, after sort of thinking, okay, we can start to move into this relationship, then find out she's married. And that God knew all the time and didn't tell me, even though I kept on asking him. Yeah. It's only now that I'm in a position where I would be able to go back to God and keep asking him and keep going to him and not completely lose it. Even though on the 3rd fear, I basically did lose it. I mean, yeah, you can still go and watch that video, and yeah, yeah, there was a lot of losing it in that video. Yeah, But I knew, even in that video, I knew that this could be a blessing, but seeming like a curse. Yeah. And before the dogs were taken, God was speaking to me about finding your peace and retaining your peace. So that is wow. But as I say, I mean, I went down to this church about two and a half years ago. Had I gone to that church then and met her then, there's no way, shape or form I would have been in a position to cope with any of this at all. No way, shape or form. Just couldn't have coped with it. It just wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have worked. There's no way, shape or form I could have coped anywhere near the way I have. If I'd have been in that church and realised just how far away from that where they need to be, that they are, I wouldn't have gone back. In fact, I went in, spoke to them on that time about 2.5 years ago. They said to look him up on their site and listen to some of his preachings, which I did, and decided by that, because he took the safe road rather than the challenging road, that I wouldn't go to his church. If I'd have actually gone to his church and seen him do that, and had a personal conversation with him and see how he responds, there's never any way, shape or form I would have gone back to his church, ever. Whereas now, yeah, I'm still going. I won't be going to everything. I mean, from Sunday, I just decided, I won't be involved in the Bible studies at all. From now on, not for a while. Not until I'm at least at a stage where I can be led by God to have a positive effect on it. Because at the moment, certainly knowing where I was on Sunday, that I had to give the church situation to God, or I had to give the wife situation to God, because it was just, I knew that if I'd been involved with the Bible study at some point, I would have flipped my lid. I would have said something. I would have been honest. I would have given a very, very honest appraisal of the situation. And that wouldn't have gone over too well. So, yeah. So, there you go. That's the situation. So, well, also to be honest, it's going to be a case of, with regards to God, with regards to wifey, God's going to have to guide me. I'm going to definitely, certainly with regards to wifey, I'm not going to approach her. I think I've said that in the one I did the other day. But that's not because I don't want to speak to her, because, as I said, when I was doing the videos before I found out she was pregnant, I still want to spend every waking minute with her, of course. I still love this woman, so I still want to spend every waking minute with her. But I know that's not going to be good for me or her right now. So that's why I'm just going to keep my distance. If she says hello, I say hello. That's it. But I'm not going to try and get involved in conversation with her. I'm not going to try and find out how she's doing or what's happening in her life. None of that. I will speak to other people. If I can be a blessing to them, I will do. If God leads me to be a blessing to wifey, then I'll do that as well. Of course. Of course, it'd be an absolute honour and a pleasure to do that. But I've got to focus on my relationship with God. I've got to focus on, learning how to be a son, rather than, finding out who I am. Okay, so now I've got a bit of understanding who I am, so learn to walk in it now. Indeed. How? That's up to God. Nothing to do with me. You know, what God wants to do to teach me how to be a son, it's up to him. Oh, indeed. Yep. All of that is completely in his hands because I have no idea. I've never been here. I've never been on this path. Never been anywhere near it. So I've just got to focus on that now. And just, see what God does. I say a situation with regards to dogs looks bleak. I got a phone call earlier from those people. Yeah, they were basically asking me if I'd sign not only the puppies over, but also Teri, Jacob, Covie, and Locki as well. And I said no. I said first of all, I said I will consider this will sign the puppies over. I never said I'll consider signing the other dogs over, the young ones. I said, well, basically, I've said to God, if this stupid woman asks me again to do that, I'm going to ask her how many of her grandchildren she's willing to lose. I'm going to say to her, if she suggests again that I sign over any of my dogs, I'm going to ask God to take away that amount of grandchildren from her. Because I've just about had enough of this woman. She's a pain in the butt. Yeah, the reality is, if they don't want to look after the dogs, bring them back. They don't want to keep feeding them. If they don't want to, apparently that they're giving the young dogs medication because they're stressed at being kept in the kennel. But okay, nothing to do with me. Not at all. No. The consequences of that has to go on the people responsible. The people that wanted me to lose my pups. People that wanted to, take the dogs away from me. Yeah. It's up to them. Their responsibility, nothing to do with me. Oh, she was saying, but it could be a long time till the case. The dogs could be away from you for 9 months. Okay. If that's the way it is, that's the way it is. Nothing I can do about that. I said about the pups, I said, look, the reality is, I said, can I trust you to be home with the pups? I said, no. I said, I can't trust you to be home with the pups. I said, I know people that have probably gone to places like yours, Dogs Trust, to get dogs, and they are incredibly unsuitable to own dogs. But as long as they can prove that they've got a back garden and that, they've got to be a time where they can look after a dog, you say, that'll do. You don't give a toss at all. I do. I turn people away from having pups. I spend a lot of time talking to people, trying to help them to deal with the pups when they get them. I don't think they're going to do that, are they? No. So no, I mean, if they're happy to pay for the pups, then they can pay for them. If they're not, they can bring them back. Simple as that. I've got food for them. Yeah, no problem for me. I've got food. So there you go. Anyway, that'll do you. So I'll put it this way. One thing I will say is after the phone call with that lady, I spoke to God about it. I said, well, that looks pretty bleak. And God said, okay, what's changed? I said, well, nothing. He said, so why does it look bleak? I said, well, it doesn't really. He said, well, there you go then. Yeah, you're right. Nothing's changed, has it? Situation is exactly the same now as it was, 2 hours ago. Nothing's changed at all. Yeah, so there you go. Don't worry about it. I was expecting the phone call from them asking about the puppies. I was expecting it probably about 3 weeks ago. Aye. That's when they got to 8 weeks, so they've waited a lot longer than what they maybe should have done. And it says something about Mollie had a tumour, but it wasn't cancer in her uterus. So, okay. I said, well, I told you it wasn't harmful to her, whatever it was. You were the people panicking. There was no reason to. She said, well, she did have a tumour. I said, but was it cancerous? She went, no. I said, well, what's the problem? She said, well, it would have had to have been taken out at some point. I said, well, she was on, that was her last litter of pups anyway, so when she would have got back to me, she wouldn't have had any more pups. So her uterus wouldn't have been used anymore anyway, so therefore, should have had that taken out anyway. That was the plan. So, yeah. Oh, dear. The problem is with these people, they try and guilt trip you into making decisions. Same as vets. Vets do exactly the same. Yeah, that's why I hate Minimum Swan. That's why I tried to sue them. They're trying to guilt trip you into having treatments done that are not necessary. Yeah, it's like, and they're basically saying, well, if you're a good owner, you'll do this. If you're a good owner, you'll do that. Shut up. Shut up. All the dogs were examined. There was no harm to any of the dogs at all. You can see by that I've looked after them, right? The rest of it, shut up. Don't care. Yeah. So, yeah, I just need to be guided by God on how to respond to these people, because my temptation is to respond in a harder way than I generally do. So, there you go. Right. You take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.